Welcome to StorImagination.
Gosripuresha Lakshmi Ramana Karitu Karuna Venkataramala Vidyanagara Stonu to Aila Gosripura to Vasukella.
Today's story is about the biggest temple belonging to the Konkani community in Kerala. How did the Konkani community land in Kerala? Fearing mass conversions by the Portuguese, the Saraswats fled Goa and made other coastal towns their homes. And one such place was Cochin. Gosripuram or Cochin Thirumala Devaswom, the biggest temple belonging to Kerala's Konkani community, is situated in the heart of Mattancherry town in Cochin. Why is it called Tirumala Devaswom? Because the presiding deity here is Lord Venkatachalapathy. And how did Lord Venkatachalapathy land here? Let's listen to the story. During the 15th century AD, the Vijayanagar kingdom was ruled by a pious and a kind king, Saluva Narasimhadevaraya. The king was an ardent devotee of Lord Venkateshwara of Tirupati and used to visit the Lord of Seven Hills regularly. During one such visit, the king could not reach the temple as he was physically weak. The king was very upset and cried to the Lord. He started meditating, longing to have the Lord's darshan. Pleased by his devotion, the Lord appeared. Dear Narasimharaya, do not worry. Please go back to your kingdom and start constructing a temple. Once that is done, a sculptor would soon visit you to carve an image of me. Provide him with all the necessary materials. At an auspicious hour, install my idol in that temple. Without taking pains of visiting me here in the Seven Hills, you can have my darshan and worship me in your own kingdom. Hearing this, the king thanked the Lord and immediately set out to his kingdom. Soon, a beautiful temple was built. As per divine instructions, a sculptor did visit the king. He asked the king for the necessary materials and started working alone in a closed room. Days passed, but the sculptor did not come out. The king felt restless and ordered the door to be opened. There in the room was a splendid idol of Lord Venkatesha, but the sculptor was missing. The king realized that the sculptor was none other than the Lord himself and was overwhelmed with joy. This idol is hence considered Swayambhu or self-born. The Lord again appeared before the king and said, Narasimharaya, you will hear the heavenly drums as a signal for the auspicious time. Consecrate my idol after you hear the beats. The king thanked the Lord and waited for the divine signal. As fate would have it, a crow that was flying over accidentally dropped few twigs over the royal drums. The fall of the twigs on the drums produced sounds which was mistaken for the heavenly drums. The idol was duly consecrated at that hour, which was inauspicious. Just after the idol was installed, the real heavenly drums were heard. The king was extremely disheartened and rushed to the Lord. Oh Venkatesha, please forgive me. I mistook the royal drum sound to be your signal and consecrated your idol at a wrong time. Please let me know in what way I can rectify this fault. The Lord answered, Dear Narasimharaya, this may be a mistake committed unknowingly, but this is probably a game of time, and I cannot stay in this place. The king was grief-stricken hearing this. The Lord pacified him, saying, I will remain in this place till your death, after which I would leave to a place called Gosripuram. After the demise of the king, the kingdom came into the hands of an unruly king. It was time for the Lord to leave the place. The Lord appeared in the dream of a priest and instructed him to take away the idol and drop it in an abandoned well nearby, as the temple would get engulfed in fire. After a few years, Swami Vijayendra Tirtha of Sri Kumbakonam Mutt was on his pilgrim trip into Vijayanagara region. A serpent suddenly appeared before Swamiji and signalled him to follow. The serpent reached the abandoned well wherein the idol of the Lord was deposited and slowly slithered inside and vanished. When Swamiji peeped over, he saw the Lord's idol in the water. Swamiji recovered the idol from the well and started worshipping the idol along with his other idols. As per divine instructions, he visited Cochin for the Chaturmasa Vrata. The Gauda Saraswat people welcomed him and arranged a place for Swamiji to rest and perform his daily pujas. They were awestruck by the radiance of the idol and the story behind it. Shyamala Pai, a wealthy man and leader of the community, requested Swamiji to entrust the idol to them, as he felt the idol would bring them prosperity. Swamiji agreed, as he was aware of the Lord's wish to stay in Gosripuram. Swamiji wanted to perform a Kanakabhishekam to the Lord. Malapai agreed, immediately brought all his gold coins and ornaments and showered the idol with gold. But those coins could only cover the idol's body and not its tip. Swamiji told him that the Lord probably did not wish to be an individual's property. Finally, gold from every household of the community was collected and offered. And lo, the gold covered the entire idol. Swami Vijayendra Tirtha handed over the idol to the community, blessed them and continued his journey. So this is how Lord Venkatesha arrived to Gosripuram. The temple is situated in a vast area of 5.5 acres. The coconut palm grove all around the temple gives it a panoramic look. There is a broad pathway around the temple outskirts. The temple is also rich in woodwork and exquisite paintings, which depict stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata. The northern Gopuram, a two-storied structure with copper roof, resembles the Tibeto-Indian style of architecture. There are 7 entry points leading to the main sanctum sanctorum, which has earned this temple the prestigious honor of being a Mahakshetram. The main idol of Lord Venkateshwara with his consorts, Sri Devi and Bhudevi on his either side, is placed on the top of the Simhasan. Utsav Murti with his consorts in the middle. Utsav Lakshmi at the bottom with Salagramas on the lowest part in the Garbhagriha. There are 4 sub-temples or shrines inside the temple premises dedicated to Goddess Mahalakshmi, Hanuman, Garuda and Vigneshwara. The idols of Hanuman and Garuda are about 6 feet in height. Vrindavan of Sri Sukratendra Tirtha Swamiji, the 19th Mathathipati of Kashi Mutt, a Tulasi Katte and a Naga Yakshi pedestal is also present. The temple has Vahanas of Garuda, Ashwa, Chandra, Iravata and Shesha Vahanas and palanquins made of wood, silver and gold. The temple is also famous for its Pushpaka Vimana Vahana. An interesting feature of the temple is its huge bronze bell, the second largest in Asia, which is about 4 feet in diameter and 6 feet in height. In earlier centuries, the gong of the bell was said to resonate even in areas far from the temple. The temple tank, called Papanasam tank, is outside the main temple on the right side of the main entrance. The Arata Mantapam, where the Lord is taken for the ritualistic bath during festivals, is at the center of the tank. A statue of King Salva Narasimharaya and that of Swamiji are niched in the walls on either side of the main gate of the lake. And the idol of the serpent is installed in a separate peetam, naming it Chepenag, that is, serpent of the abundant wealth. The first pratishtha or the installation of the idol was performed by Swami Sudhendra Tirtha, disciple of Swami Vijayendra Tirtha of Kumbakonam Mutt in the year 1599 AD. To commemorate the first pratishtha, an 8-day festival called Arat was introduced in the temple, which continues even today. During the 250th year of Pratishtha ceremony, an attractive gopuram was constructed at the temple entrance and was inaugurated by Srimad Sudhendra Tirtha Swamiji of Kashi Mutt. The Aratu festival happens biannually. It's conducted in the Chaitra month, that is, in March to April, as Aratu Maholsavam, and in the month of Kartika, which is November to December, as Aratu Ratholsavam. Gauda Saraswats residing in Kochi as well as other cities flock to the temple to participate and seek the Lord's blessings. The festival commences with the customary hoisting of the sacred Garuda ensign on the first day. 2 processions, one in the morning and another in the evening, happen every day, with the image of the Lord Venkateshwara being taken on a decked elephant and then in various vahanas inside the temple. The Lord is also carried to the neighboring streets, wherein devotees from each household welcome the Lord. On the 7th day evening, the Lord is taken around in a horse carriage or Ashwavahana to meet Lord Shiva of Udyaneshwar temple for Pallivete, which is the symbolic hunting. The Shivalingam here is believed to be 21 feet tall. The major part of it was hence installed underground with about 4.5 feet visible above the ground. On the 8th day, the deity is taken in a twin boat to the lake Mandapam for the final ritualistic bath called Avabrita Snanam. The chief priest, after performing pujas, carries the chakra and the salagrama on his head and takes a dip in the lake. This is called Chakra Snanam and is believed to purify the lake. The purified water or tirtham is then splashed on the devotees. The deity is brought back inside the temple at night for a final procession on the golden Garuda Vahanam. The festival terminates with the Garuda ensign being drawn down. On all the 8 days, a yagna called Vishnu Yaga is performed for the prosperity, peace and well-being of the people and the country at large. The temple is surrounded by the settlements of Gauda Saraswats and they guard the temple very well. The Cochin Thirumala Devaswom maintains a higher secondary school, a Vedic and Sanskrit Patashala, 2 lower primary schools, a teacher's basic training school and a separate school for pre-primary children. Also, it maintains a Goshala where large number of cattle are maintained out of the Devaswom funds. If you happen to visit Kochi, make sure to visit this beautiful and sacred Gosripuram and seek the blessings of Swayambhu Venkatesha. Hope you like this story. See you another day with another story. Stay safe and stay happy. Om Namo Lakshmi Venkateshaya. Om Namo Gosripureshaya.
Lokanatha Tuchi Sharana Sada Tugele Amka Smarana Gosripuresha Lakshmi Ramana